Hello and welcome to this episode about COTA's TSR service changes. I'm Tape City, and if you don't know who I am in the Columbus, Ohio area, my name is Chris. The purpose of this series is to help inform people in the Columbus, Ohio area about the TSR service changes COTA will do on May 1st, 2017. On May 1st, 2017, COTA will do their transit system redesign, which is a complete redesign of the bus system in Columbus. These changes will consist of many changes to most existing routes. There will also be some new bus routes. Some existing bus routes will be combined together to form a new route, while others are split up into two separate routes. A few routes will also be discontinued altogether. In this episode, I will be covering routes 41 to 45, which are express routes. If you want to find out what is happening with the local routes, links to the videos covering the local routes will be in the video description. In this example, I drew a straight line to represent a bus route. If I highlight a part of the route in green, that means there will be no changes for that part of the route. If I highlight a part of the route in yellow, this means that a different bus route will be servicing that part of the route starting May 1st, and I will then refer to the new bus route. And since express routes are printed in red, I can't use red as a result, so if I highlight a part of the express route in blue, this means that part of the route is being discontinued, and I will then refer to any nearby routes if there are any nearby. In this episode, I will be covering routes 41 to 45, and they are the Gahanna Express, the East Broad Street Express, the North Reynoldsburg Express, and the Reynoldsburg Express. I will tell you right now, 2 express routes in this video will be discontinued. Also, before I start going over the bus lines, I should note that I will not highlight the downtown part of the express routes, as the downtown alignment is going to change for most local and express routes. I will also not highlight any part of an express route that travels on the interstate, as there obviously are no bus stops on the interstates. We will start off with the Gahanna Express, and here is what the route looks like today. The route starts off downtown and travels on I-670 to Gahanna Park and Ride. From the Park and Ride, the bus will travel around Gahanna before ending at Johnstown Road. Bus stops on Johnstown and Stigler Roads are being discontinued altogether. Bus stops on Agler Road and the Gahanna Park and Ride will still be serviced by the Gahanna Express after May 1st, 2017. And finally, bus stops on Lincolnshire Road and McCutcheon Road are also being discontinued. If you are wondering what the Gahanna Express will look like starting on May 1st, here is what the route will look like. The bus route will travel to Gahanna Park and Ride, and then travel west on Agler Road to Stelzer Road. From there, the bus will travel south on Stelzer Road to the International Gateway. From International Gateway and Stelzer, the bus will travel west and link back up with I-670. We will now take a look at the East Broad Street Express, and here is what the route looks like. The bus route starts off at Broad and High and travels east on Broad Street to Hamilton Road, making stops at certain bus stops along the way. The bus will then travel north on Hamilton Road and ends in the Gahanna area. The various bus stops on Broad Street are going to be dropped from the East Broad Street Express, and you will have to use instead the East Broad Street Local. The bus stops served by the East Broad Express on Hamilton Road are also going to be dropped, and you will have to use the Hamilton Road Crosstown. Finally, stops on Waterbury Boulevard, Harrow Boulevard, and Rocky Fork Boulevard are being discontinued. And depending on your location, you'll have to use either the Hamilton Road Crosstown or the Bryce Road Crosstown. Both bus routes are nearby. If you are wondering what the East Broad Express will look like on May 1st, I'm sorry to say, but the East Broad Street Express is being discontinued. Next up is the North Reynoldsburg Express, and here is what the route looks like today. The bus route starts downtown and travels east on I-70 to State Route 256. From there, the bus travels north on State Route 256 and Graham Road to East Main Street. Once at Main Street, the bus will travel west on Main Street to Lancaster Avenue and then travel north on Lancaster Avenue to Broad Street, before ending at Broad and McNaughton. The various bus stops on the East Broad Street that the North Reynoldsburg Express stops at will be dropped on May 1st. Instead, you'll have to use the Broad Street Local. Bus stops along Lancaster Avenue are being discontinued altogether. The bus stops along East Main Street are being dropped from the North Reynoldsburg Express, and you'll have to use the East Main Street Local. Finally, bus stops on Graham Road and State Route 256 are being discontinued. If you're wondering what the North Reynoldsburg Express will look like on May 1st, unfortunately, this bus route will be discontinued. I recommend using either the Broad Street or the East Main Street Local if you're close to those routes, or alternatively, drive to the Reynoldsburg Park and Ride and use the Reynoldsburg Express. Finally, we will take a look at the Reynoldsburg Express, and here is what the route looks like. It starts off downtown and travels east on I-70 to Hamilton Road. The bus will then turn onto Hamilton Road to Livingston Avenue and then turn right. From there, the bus will travel east on Livingston Avenue to the Reynoldsburg Park and Ride. The bus stops along Hamilton Road are being dropped from the Reynoldsburg Express, and instead you will have to use the Hamilton Road Crosstown. The bus stops along Livingston Avenue are also being dropped from the Reynoldsburg Express, and instead you will have to use the Livingston Avenue Local. There is no mention of the Bryce Road segment in the comparison guide, but I'm going to say that tiny part of the route will be discontinued. Finally, bus stops on East Green Boulevard and the Reynoldsburg Park and Ride will still be covered by the Reynoldsburg Express. If you're wondering what the Reynoldsburg Express will look like on May 1st, here is what the route will look like. The bus will travel on I-70 to Bryce Road instead of Hamilton Road. Once on Bryce Road, the bus will travel up East Green Boulevard and Reynoldsburg Park and Ride. In the next episode, I'll be covering routes 46 to 49 and 53 to 54, so stay tuned. If you want to see other episodes about COTA's TSR service changes, I will leave links in the video description to each show. If you like what I'm posting, please leave a like or even subscribe to see when the next TSR videos will come out. I also post Halo Custom Edition videos and Minecraft videos, as well as some bus videos about some of COTA's retired or soon-to-be retired buses, and occasionally I will post other random stuff. My name is Tape City, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.